When you hear the word discipline, what do you feel? For some, it feels heavy, restrictive, even uncomfortable. It's waking up earlier than you want to. It's saying no when everyone else says yes. It's doing the work when no one is watching, when no one is clapping, when the reward feels a million miles away. And that's exactly why so few people truly embrace discipline. But here's the truth that successful people already know. Discipline is not punishment. It's freedom in disguise. Freedom from regret. Freedom from living paycheck to paycheck. Freedom from waking up one day realizing you wasted your potential. Freedom from always wondering, what if I had tried harder? Every great athlete, every top entrepreneur, every self-made success story in America was built on the foundation of discipline. Not talent alone, not luck, not shortcuts. Discipline. The willingness to show up day after day, long after the excitement fades, long after the motivation runs dry. Because motivation will get you started, but discipline keeps you going when your body screams to stop, when your mind whispers, quit, when the world says, it's okay, take it easy. Think about this. The difference between the person who succeeds and the person who stays stuck is not intelligence. It's not resources. It's not even connections. It's discipline. The ability to delay comfort for a greater reward tomorrow. The ability to resist the short-term pleasure for long-term success. The problem is, most people trade what they want most for what they want now. They choose the donut over their fitness goals, the Netflix binge over building their dream, the snooze button over chasing their purpose. And then they wonder why life feels stuck, why nothing is changing, why their dreams stay dreams. Discipline is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. Without it, you'll stay on one side of the river, staring at your potential but never touching it. With it, you'll cross into the life you've been craving. The freedom to do what you love, the freedom to live on your terms, the freedom to look back one day and say, I gave it everything I had. But here's the catch. Discipline doesn't feel like freedom when you're in the middle of it. It feels like sacrifice. It feels like saying no when everyone else is saying yes. It feels like going to the gym when your friends are at the bar. It feels like studying when others are scrolling endlessly on TikTok. It feels like choosing growth over comfort again and again. Yet the irony is this. The people who avoid discipline, thinking they're choosing freedom, end up enslaved. Enslaved by regret. Enslaved by unhealthy bodies, financial stress, broken dreams. And the ones who embrace discipline, those are the ones who end up free. Every choice you make is writing your future. Discipline today is building the foundation of your freedom tomorrow. Because if you don't suffer a little now, you will suffer a lot later. If you don't put in the work today, you'll pay the price in the future. The cost of discipline is heavy, but the cost of regret is unbearable. So I ask you, what kind of freedom do you want? The cheap version, the temporary kind that fades as quickly as it comes? Or the real kind, the lasting kind, the kind that makes you wake up proud, strong, and unstoppable? That's the freedom that only comes through discipline. Discipline is not glamorous. It doesn't come with applause. No one's going to pat you on the back when you wake up at 5 a.m. No one's going to post your name in headlines because you skipped the party to work on your goals. At first, no one notices. And that's why so many quit. They think discipline should bring instant recognition. But real discipline is quiet. It's invisible. It happens when nobody is watching. Think about the Navy SEALs, the most disciplined warriors on Earth. They don't become elite by accident. They don't become the toughest fighters in the world by talent alone. It's hours of grueling training, sleepless nights, relentless pressure, and unbreakable habits. Their discipline creates freedom, the freedom to trust their team, the freedom to execute missions others could never survive. It's the same with your life. Discipline in your finances means freedom from debt. Discipline in your fitness means freedom from sickness. Discipline in your career means freedom to walk away from jobs that drain you. And discipline in your mind means freedom from fear, from doubt, from negativity. But here's where most people fail. They confuse discipline with motivation. Motivation is temporary. It's like a spark. It feels good in the moment, but it fades. You can't rely on motivation to get you to the gym every day. You can't rely on motivation to keep you grinding when life knocks you down. Discipline is what carries you when motivation disappears. Discipline is waking up, lacing up, showing up, no matter what. Successful people are not more motivated than you. They've simply built stronger habits. They've trained their minds to obey discipline instead of emotions. They understand that their future depends on the choices they make today, and they refuse to let temporary feelings sabotage permanent dreams. Look at athletes like Kobe Bryant. Do you think he wanted to wake up at 4 a.m. every day? Do you think he loved every hour of practice? No, but he understood discipline. He understood that freedom on the court, the freedom to dominate, the freedom to win, was paid for by discipline off the court. Now ask yourself, where in your life are you letting emotions win over discipline? Where are you giving in to comfort instead of choosing growth? Maybe it's your health. You say you want to get fit, but discipline fades the second the cravings hit. Maybe it's your money. You say you want freedom, but discipline vanishes every time you swipe that credit card. Maybe it's your dreams. You say you want success, but discipline crumbles the moment you face rejection. Here's the wake-up call. Without discipline, freedom is impossible. You might have temporary bursts of happiness, but they'll never last. True freedom, the kind that lasts a lifetime, is built by discipline, brick by brick, choice by choice, day by day. And the best part? Discipline compounds. The small actions you take daily don't just add up, they multiply. Choosing to save money today doesn't just give you a bigger bank account. It creates a mindset of abundance. Choosing to study today doesn't just prepare you for tomorrow's exam. It builds a lifetime of opportunities. Choosing to train today doesn't just make you stronger. It rewires your identity into someone unstoppable. Discipline transforms you. Every time you follow through on a promise you made to yourself, you build trust with yourself. And that trust turns into confidence. That confidence turns into power. And that power is the foundation of freedom. So stop waiting for the right time. Stop waiting for motivation to magically appear. Stop waiting for someone else to push you. No one's coming to save you. No one's going to carry you across the finish line. This is your life, your freedom, your legacy. And it begins with discipline today. The sacrifices you make now, those moments when you push through discomfort, when you say no to temptation, when you choose long-term success over short-term pleasure, those are not losses. They are investments. Investments into a life you can be proud of. Investments into a future where you are free, financially, physically, mentally, spiritually. Discipline today is the down payment for your freedom tomorrow. You can either pay the price of discipline now or pay the price of regret later. The choice is yours. Let's be real, discipline feels heavy at first. It feels like a burden. Waking up early when everyone else is sleeping feels unfair. Saying no to junk food when your friends indulge feels like punishment. Grinding at your craft while others party feels like isolation. But here's the truth most people don't see. That burden you feel now is temporary. The weight of discipline eventually transforms into the wings of freedom. Meanwhile, the people avoiding discipline today will feel the lifelong chains of regret tomorrow. Imagine two roads. The first is easy. It's comfortable, filled with instant gratification, Netflix binges, overspending, sleeping in, excuses. The second road is tough. It's filled with early mornings, sacrifices, sweat, and consistent effort. The first road feels good today, but it leads to regret later. The second road feels tough today, but it leads to freedom, success, and fulfillment. Which road are you really walking? Every great success story in America, every entrepreneur, every athlete, every leader has walked that second road. Steve Jobs wasn't disciplined because it was easy. He was disciplined because he saw a future no one else could see. Serena Williams didn't dominate tennis because she was motivated every day. She was disciplined when others quit. Elon Musk doesn't build companies by sleeping in and waiting for inspiration. He's disciplined enough to sacrifice comfort for vision. Discipline is the ultimate equalizer. You may not have been born into wealth. You may not have connections. You may not have natural talent. But if you master discipline, you can outwork, outlast, and outgrow people who started ahead of you. Discipline makes the difference between those who dream and those who achieve. Here's the hidden truth. Discipline is freedom disguised as sacrifice. When you stay disciplined with your money, you don't have to live paycheck to paycheck. When you stay disciplined with your health, you don't become dependent on medicine. When you stay disciplined with your goals, you don't have to live with what-if regrets. But here's the problem. Most people confuse freedom with indulgence. They think freedom means doing whatever you want, whenever you want. But that's not freedom. That's slavery to your impulses. That's being controlled by your feelings, your cravings, your distractions. True freedom comes when you control yourself, when you can say no to what doesn't serve you, when you can delay gratification because you trust the payoff will be greater. Think about it. A musician isn't free to perform flawlessly on stage without years of disciplined practice. A soldier isn't free to protect his country without years of disciplined training. A CEO isn't free to innovate without years of disciplined work building a company. Freedom is earned, not given. And the currency you pay is discipline. So here's the challenge. Stop seeing discipline as punishment. Start seeing it as preparation. Discipline is not stealing your joy. It's securing your future. Every moment you choose discipline, you're proving to yourself that your future matters more than your comfort. And once you live this way, something shifts inside you. You stop needing external validation. You stop waiting for motivation. You stop looking for shortcuts. You realize that discipline itself becomes your power. It becomes your edge. It becomes the thing that separates you from everyone else. When you live with discipline, you build momentum. Each day you show up. Each day you choose growth. You move closer to freedom. And momentum compounds. One disciplined day turns into a week. A week turns into a month. A month turns into a year. And before you know it, you've transformed into someone unrecognizable, someone stronger, sharper, more unstoppable. But here's the warning. The world will try to pull you off track. Society celebrates comfort. Advertisements scream, "Take it easy, you deserve it, treat yourself." Friends might mock your discipline. Family might not understand your sacrifices. But remember this, they don't have to live your life, you do. They don't have to carry your regrets, you will. So choose discipline anyway. Freedom isn't won by the majority. It's won by the disciplined few. The ones who wake up early. The ones who put in the work. The ones who say no to distractions. The ones who delay the pleasure for a bigger prize. So ask yourself today, are you living disciplined enough to deserve the freedom you crave? Or are you trading your future for cheap comfort? Because at the end of the day, you can either suffer the pain of discipline now or the pain of regret later. The difference is, discipline's pain is temporary, but regret's pain is permanent. Choose wisely. Discipline is the bridge between who you are now and who you're meant to become. Think about it. Your dream life, your dream body, your dream career, your dream freedom. They're all waiting for you. But there's a gap between where you stand today and that destination. That gap is crossed by one thing, discipline. You don't need luck. You don't need a miracle. You don't need someone to hand you a golden ticket. You need to show up for yourself every single day, even when it's uncomfortable. Especially when it's uncomfortable. Because discipline is forged in the moments when your body says no, but your purpose says yes. Every time you wake up early when you'd rather sleep in, you're proving that your vision is greater than your excuses. Every time you go to the gym when you don't feel like it, you're proving that your health is more important than your comfort. Every time you sit down to work on your goals instead of scrolling endlessly, you're proving that your future deserves more attention than temporary distractions. This is where freedom is created, not in the big, flashy moments, but in the small, quiet, consistent choices. Greatness isn't built in one day. It's built in daily discipline, stacked one choice at a time. But let's be real. Discipline is lonely. There will be days when no one claps for you. No one notices your effort. No one congratulates you for your sacrifices. You'll feel invisible. But that's when you need to remind yourself, the work you're doing isn't for applause, it's for freedom. Applause is temporary, but freedom lasts forever. Look at the athletes who dominate their sport. While the crowd only sees them on game day, they don't see the hours, the drills, the sweat, the exhaustion. Look at successful entrepreneurs. While the world celebrates their companies, they don't see the sleepless nights, the endless failures, the tough calls. Look at military heroes. While we admire their courage, we don't see the years of training, the discipline in silence, the sacrifices behind the scenes. Discipline is invisible until the results are undeniable. That's why you can't quit in the middle. You can't abandon the grind because no one notices yet. Your freedom is being built silently, piece by piece, behind the curtain of discipline. And one day, when the curtain rises, the world will see what you've been working for. Freedom means choices. The choice to live where you want. The choice to work how you want. The choice to take care of your family. The choice to live life on your terms. But those choices don't fall from the sky. They're earned through years of disciplined effort. And let's not sugarcoat it. There will be moments of doubt. You'll wonder if it's worth it. You'll question if the sacrifices are too much. You'll see others enjoying temporary pleasures and feel left out. That's normal, but that's also the test. Freedom is expensive, and discipline is the price tag. Most people aren't willing to pay it. But you're not most people. Ask yourself, do you want to be average? Do you want to look back at your life with regrets, wishing you'd done more? Or do you want to be the person who stood tall, who sacrificed when it mattered, who built a legacy that outlives them? Freedom doesn't come to those who wish, it comes to those who work. Every time you show up with discipline, you're casting a vote for your future self. And those votes add up. They build momentum. They create results. Picture your future self 5 years from now. Are they proud of the discipline you showed today? Are they living in freedom because you refuse to give up? Or are they shackled by regret because you chose comfort over discipline? Discipline is love. Love for your future self. Love for your dreams. Love for the people who depend on you. When you discipline yourself today, you're telling your future self, I've got your back. I won't leave you hanging. I'll pay the price now so you can live freely later. And that's the truth most people miss. Discipline isn't punishment. It's the highest form of self-respect. It's proving to yourself that you're worthy of the life you want. So keep going. Keep sacrificing. Keep choosing the harder road now so you can walk the freer road later. Because one day, while others are still stuck, you'll be soaring. One day, while others are still chasing comfort, you'll be living in freedom. And in that moment, you'll realize it was all worth it. Discipline today, freedom tomorrow. It sounds simple, but living it out is anything but easy. It takes guts to sacrifice comfort for growth. It takes courage to walk a lonely path while others are laughing, partying, and distracting themselves. It takes vision to believe in a tomorrow that no one else can see. But here's the truth. You already have everything you need. You don't need permission. You don't need to wait for the right time. You don't need someone to come save you. Freedom is already calling your name, but it's waiting on one thing: your discipline. Think about this. Every person you admire, whether it's a world-class athlete, a self-made millionaire, a soldier, a leader, or an innovator, got there through the same path: daily discipline. They faced temptations. They had doubts. They fought battles you'll never know about. But they stayed consistent. They kept pushing. They chose discipline over excuses. And now, they live in a freedom most people only dream of. What about you? Will you let your dreams die in your imagination? Or will you pay the price today so you can hold them in your hands tomorrow? Will you stay comfortable, or will you step into greatness? Imagine waking up one day debt-free because you disciplined yourself financially. Imagine walking into a room with confidence because you disciplined yourself physically and mentally. Imagine giving your family opportunities you never had because you disciplined yourself in your career. Imagine being free, not just free to live, but free to live boldly on your own terms. That vision is possible, but only if you're willing to fight for it. Only if you're willing to sacrifice now for the reward later. Only if you commit to showing up day after day, no matter how you feel. And let's be clear, the road won't be smooth. There will be setbacks. There will be failures. There will be moments where discipline feels like a heavy burden. But every burden you carry now becomes strength later. Every sacrifice today becomes celebration tomorrow. Every disciplined choice compounds into freedom. One day, the alarm clock won't be your enemy. It'll be your reminder that you're alive, free, and living a life you once only dreamed about. One day, the sacrifices that hurt today will become the stories of pride you tell tomorrow. One day, the grind you endure now will become the victory that defines your legacy. But only if you refuse to quit. So this is your moment. Right here, right now. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Not when things settle down. Freedom doesn't wait for perfect timing. Freedom rewards those who act now. Discipline yourself to put in the work today. Discipline yourself to silence the excuses. Discipline yourself to keep your promises, even when no one is watching. Because the one person who is always watching is your future self, and they're counting on you. You've come too far to stop now. You've fought through too much pain to give in now. You've dreamed too big to let those dreams die in your comfort zone. Discipline today, freedom tomorrow. That's the deal. That's the trade. That's the life you were born for. So take a deep breath. Stand tall. Look at the life you want, and go earn it. No more waiting. No more excuses. No more delays. Your freedom is waiting. Now go claim it.